In my previous video going over budget loadouts, I got quite a few comments stating how the loadouts shown were too high level or required too many kills for a beginner to reasonably achieve. So while it is a bit late, today I'm going to go over cheap setups for every starter gun in Phantom Forces. Timestamps for each gun are in the description or on the timeline below, but without further ado, drop a like to share this with a teammate and let's get straight into this. Starting with the AK-12, we have a simple yet effective setup consisting of the muzzle brake, angle grip, and yellow laser. This setup will cost you around 939 credits from 0 kills, but it handles the AK-12's bouncy recoil pretty well. Next we have everyone's favorite AN-94. This setup consists of the PKAS, compensator, and skeleton grip costing about 806 credits from 0 kills. Because the AN-94 is so good at range with its minimal recoil, you can actually get away with putting the skeleton grip on without having to worry too much about accuracy. Moving on to the early game sweat weapon, we have the AS Val. This setup consists of the delta sight, vertical grip, and full stock, which will cost you around 890 credits from 0 kills. For the attachments you're getting, this is an absolute steal. Dropping down to the SCAR, we have another simple but effective setup consisting of the EOTech XPS2, ARS suppressor, and yellow laser in the other slot. This setup will cost you about 872 credits from 0 kills, but works incredibly well because of how consistent of a gun the SCAR L generally is. Although the low recoil doesn't stop there, as next up we have the AUG A1. This setup consists of the compensator, angle grip, and 223 Remington. This will cost you about 935 credits from 0 kills, but considering you're directly upgrading your AUG in every aspect, it's definitely worth the investment. In the battle rifle category, there are only two starter guns, the first one being the M14 with the compensator, folding grip, and blue laser. Minus the lack of sight, this is the setup I've been running on the M14 ever since it first came out, so considering this only costs 830 credits from 0 kills to get in exchange for the M14's sheer carnage, it's worth every credit. For the ECR, we probably have the simplest setup of this video, only consisting of a full ring sight and .458 SOCOM. This setup is still in the high end though at 994 credits from 0 kills. But like the M14, .458 SOCOM on the ECR is pure carnage, and the recoil only goes straight up, meaning you don't need to pre-buy much else than the conversion itself and a good sight. Next up, we have the 3 starter carbines, the first of which being the rank 0 M4A1. This setup consists of the Mars sight, T-brake, and stubby grip. This setup will cost you about 876 credits from 0 kills, but will serve you extremely well since the M4A1 is such a good starter gun. Next up we have the recently reworked G36K, although for me the setup stayed the same, consisting of just a T-brake and a Romanian grip. This setup will cost you about 879 credits from 0 kills, but out of every other attachment available, these two definitely handle the G36K's recoil the best. And lastly, there's the rarely used M4, with a setup consisting of the delta sight, muzzle brake, and full stock, costing about 981 credits from 0 kills. I'm personally not a fan of burst weapons, but if you're a beginner who likes using burst weapons, then this setup will work well for you. On to everyone's previous favorite category, shotguns, starting with the KSG-12. This setup consists of the Mars sight, modified choke, vertical grip, and green laser, costing about 935 credits from 0 kills. Considering you're getting 4 whole attachments for this price, it's safe to say the KSG doesn't get much better than this. Next, there's the Model 870, with a setup consisting of the Mars sight, suppressor, vertical grip, and green laser. This setup will cost you about 739 credits from 0 kills and makes your spread as optimized as possible while retaining the 3-shot. Lastly, we have the DBV-12. For this one, the setup consists of once again the Mars sight, muzzle brake, vertical grip, and green laser. This setup will cost you about 841 credits from 0 kills, but once again does the job pretty well. And now on to everyone's actual favorite category, PDWs. Starting with another rank 0 unlock, the MP5K. This setup consists of the suppressor, angle grip, and MP5K stock. For the price of 837 credits from 0 kills, then other than maybe a sight, you pretty much don't need anything else for this gun. Moving on to the UMP45, this powerhouse consists of the X-ring, vertical grip, and 45 super. This setup will cost you about 995 credits from 0 kills, and while it's the most expensive setup of this video, the sheer power that comes from it is well worth it. Next, for the G36C, it's literally the exact same as the G36K, consisting of the T-brake and Romanian grip for 879 credits from 0 kills. With the G36C's new stats, this gun is now a very solid damage dealer with fantastic handling. Lastly, for the MP7 we have another 4 attachment setup consisting of the delta sight, compensator, folded grip, and blue laser. This setup will surprisingly only cost 686 credits from 0 kills, and while being the cheapest of the bunch, it's probably still one of the best setups on this list. Similarly to battle rifles, for DMRs we only have 2 guns to go over, with the first one being the Mark 11. This setup consists of the PSO-1 scope, muzzle brake, stubby grip, and collapsible stock. This setup will cost you about 967 credits from 0 kills, but considering this is one of the best combos for the Mark 11, it's well worth the price. And while I can't say the same for the SKS, this setup consisting of the comp aim point, angle grip, and full stock should handle things pretty well considering the lack of a barrel attachment. Although this setup will cost you around 988 credits from 0 kills. Next we have the Colt and LMGs. This setup consists of the Delta sight, T-brake, stubby grip, and collapsible stock. This 4 attachment setup will surprisingly only cost you about 869 credits from 0 kills and is an absolute beast. Next we have the M60. For this, the setup consists of the half-ring sight, R2 suppressor, vertical grip, and the blue laser. This 4 attachment setup is even cheaper than the last one, costing you just about 830 credits from 0 kills. Not much else to say here. Lastly, we have the AUG HBAR. This time the setup consists of the EOTech XPS2, compensator, folded grip, and 223 Remington. This will cost you about 886 credits from 0 kills, but like the AUG A1, it's well worth the price as this setup directly upgrades your AUG in every aspect. Once again, for the sniper rifles, we only have 2 guns to look at, the first of which being the Intervention. This setup consists of just a suppressor and an angled grip, costing only 382 credits from 0 kills. Not much more to say, the Intervention is just incredibly powerful. Next, for the Model 700, all you need is the heavy barrel, although this will cost you 770 credits from 0 kills, meaning the budget will exceed 1000 credits if you were to want something like an angle grip for aim speed and stability. Now for the secondaries, where starting off we have the G17. This one shares the same story with the Model 700, where you only really need the 33 round mag, which will cost you somewhere around 805 credits from 0 kills. Meaning, once again, if you want something like a G-stock, it'll cost you a lot more than 1000 credits. But luckily, there's a bit more to the M9. This setup consists of the Osprey suppressor and the M9 stock. This will cost about 770 credits from 0 kills and makes the M9 a lot better to use on its own. Similarly, for the M1911, the setup consists of the shoulder stock and the 45 super ammo. This will cost you about 945 credits from 0 kills, but in turn makes the M1911 even stronger and more consistent with its 2-shot than before. For the M17, the setup simply consists of the X-ring and the extended mag, costing about 823 credits from 0 kills. Not much else to say here. Moving on to another favorite, the Deagle L5. This setup consists of the Delta sight, muzzle brake, and 44 special. This will cost you about 935 credits from 0 kills, but in turn makes the Deagle a lot more manageable recoil-wise while retaining its high damage. And now for a personal favorite, the G21. For this, the setup consists of the Osprey suppressor and the G-stock, costing about 770 credits from 0 kills. With how cheap this setup is and how strong the G21 is as a pistol, I definitely recommend using this. But if semi-auto isn't quite your style, you can try this setup for the G18. It simply consists of the X-ring and the G-stock, costing the same 770 credits from 0 kills, although keep in mind that even with these attachments, the G18's recoil can get quite rough. Moving on to the last 3 guns of this video, we have the MP412 Rex. For this, the setup consists of the muzzle brake, speed loader, and 38 special. This will cost you around 928 credits from 0 kills, but like the setup for the Deagle L5, this will make the recoil much more manageable while still retaining the high damage. Although for a cheaper alternative, there's the Mateba 6, with a setup consisting of the half-ring sight, muzzle brake, and the speed loader. This will only cost you 641 credits from 0 kills and is the perfect side grade to the MP412 Rex. And last but not least, we have the Super Shorty. For this, the setup consists of the Mars sight, modified choke, and traditional pump. This will cost you about 756 credits from 0 kills, but in turn gives you an insanely effective secondary shotgun with spread rivaling those of high-ranked shotguns. And with that said, that's all I got, folks. That is one affordable setup for every starter gun in Phantom Forces. If you have any suggestions for setups yourself, feel free to leave them in the comments below and let me know what you think of these setups shown in this video. Other than that, be sure to drop a like to boost this video to help forward it to other new players, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But until next time, peace.